Hi, I'm Mary from Linda's Ease, and today I'm sitting in front of a Triumph serger. I have been asked, what is air threading? So I'm going to show you on this, and we're going to make a really easy, quick 4-patch. It's called a pinwheel, and then I'll explain what you can do with this pinwheel quilted pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread the upper looper by air. And this machine also has no tension, which is really nice. I'm going to lock my machine. I'm going to load my pipes or tubes, and then I'm going to shoot through my thread into the upper looper. This is my upper looper, that's my lower looper, and this one also has a cover hem looper because it can do what we call the cover hem. So it has 3 loopers. So I wanted to cut the point. I wanted to make sure it extends. I'm on threading, and now I'm going to put just a pinch into the upper looper, which is U, and you're going to watch here. And sometimes it needs a little help. And it shot it through, and here it is. So I bring everything back through the back of the blade, behind and under the foot. Now I'm going to take the lower looper. This is 50 weight cotton thread I'm using, and I'm hearing a lot of you say, I'm going to cut the thread here again for a sharp edge. I'm hearing a lot of you say, as you're watching the video, I was told to use polyester. Well, yes, polyester doesn't break. These here in my needles are polyester. These 2 here are cotton. I like to use the variegated threads, and we'll show you in a minute why we're using the variegated threads. So again, I'm going to put just a little bit into my lower looper. I'm going to hold it flat. I'm going to say push, and here is my lower looper thread. And as easy as that, I have threaded both of my loopers. And we're going to bring the needle threads around behind the blade, always behind the blade so you don't cut it off. If I try to shut the door with any automatic air threading, there's a safety that I can't shut the door until I turn it back to my serging. So we're going to test this stitch. I always believe in testing the stitch. Those of you who don't know, on a serger, you always start before the blade. This is the blade. The blade will go up and down. I want the fabric before it so it doesn't jam. I'm going to put my foot down, grab my tails, hold on to this, and make a tail while I'm starting to serge. And what a serger does, it cuts and overcasts to give you a clean finish. Bring it around. So this is a 4-thread overcast. It's a clean finish. This is my top side. That's my back side. You're seeing the colored threads on the back. The reason why I want to use the colored threads today, the 50 weight, is we're going to be making this part of the pattern. This is a 4 square, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a pinwheel pattern, and you can do this with quilting. So I've got my squares all cut out here, red, white, and blue, because there's a holiday coming up, and because I like red, white, and little sheep. My name is Mary, so you can guess I grew up liking sheep. What I want to do, and these are 5 by 5 squares, is I want to take 4 squares and fold them on the diagonal. You can finger press them. You can take a presser like my Annie has, press it down like that, or you can iron them. What I'm going to do is on the fold, I'm going to run that same stitch, but what's going to happen is I don't want to cut any fabric off. So I want to line this, I don't know how close you can get, Grace. I want to line this up against the blade so that we don't cut. And I'm going to line it up. We're going to line it up just with the edge of the blade. Put my foot down. And I'm going to do 4 of these. I'm giving it a little bit of an edge. And I've got the decorative thread on top. Now I could chain stitch that completely. These are 5x5 squares. You can do this with a 6x6, a 4x4, 7x7, whatever size you want, as long as they're all three consistent. So now I'm going to, and we're not trying to cut anything down. Now, the question you're also asking is, I've heard that you should put the blade down when you're doing this kind of thing. Well, that's true. I normally use my blade as a visual guide because this is where I'm looking. We also can use the inside of the foot. If I put the blade down, some people, myself included, and that's how I cut that off, have a tendency to travel with the fabric. I don't want to travel with the fabric too much because if I go over too much, I will jam the machine if the blade is not there to help cut off. If I do cut a little bit on the fold, it's going to be in there and not get exposed, so we would be fine. Again, fold on the fold, on the diagonal. Try not to cut like I just did. And I could feed these in, so I'm going to chain. I've got one more to do. I did not pay attention to which way my sheep are going because it's not going to matter. I'm going to fold the sheep anyway. And while we're doing this, we're going to make one more as a backup. Again, lift up the toe, or you can lift up the whole foot. On the fold. The key is on the fold. And then cut in between. All right, now, what we're going to do now, over here on this side, I've got red and blue squares. So we're going to use 2 and 2. We're going to take what we just made and layer them from the top edge to the top right to the bottom left. You're going to want to, and these are 5x5. We're going to bring this over to the fold and go like that. You can go ahead and crease it. We're going to get those two like that. Get that like that. We're going to take one more. Again, this part where we did the stitching goes diagonally from the upper right to the lower left. Bring it. And these are 5x5 also. So now, on the right-hand side, with the Wonder Clips, with the serger, you never use pins because the blade would cut or attempt to cut that. You'll jam, you'll break the pin, you'll put a nick in your blade, and you'll have to see us. So here we go again. You can use your stiletto to help feed it. I am not a serger or a sewer that goes fast. I take my time. We want to make sure that end is there. And go ahead and serge off. You're going to do this on 2 blue and 2 red. You can use the kite tail edge. We call that a kite tail. You can use that kite tail edge. This is and I want to put this back. I'm serging right over the edge there. Okay, so on this one I missed, which is why we made an extra one. I could rip that out, actually, but since I made an extra one, we'll use the extra one. Now, I want to again take my little tail here, because I can help pull and start it. Bring my stylus, move this, and we want to have that like that. And it's there. So we have one red, one blue. We have to do another red and another blue. I wish I had invented these wonder clips. All right, now for the fun. Take your extra squares. You've got your blue and your red and your blue need to be opposite. Well, it doesn't look like anything much here now. This was the one that missed. We'll get that out of the way. So what I want to do now is go ahead and form a pintail pattern, the pinwheel. So there's my pinwheel. And decide now if you want to do left and right together so that we seam it, okay? So we're going to go exactly like that, match up top and bottom. And then you do want to make sure, I usually try and test open, meaning keep your wonder clips in place. And that's going to be part of my pinwheel pattern. So we're going to do left and right, and then bottom left and right. And what I'm doing is 1/4 of an inch. It's 1/4 of an inch seam line from my outside left needle to the blade. That's how come you can serge with you can quilt with a serger, because I've got a 1/4 inch seam. And you can hear it go through right there. It was 4 or 5 layers, but it goes through really nice. And again, now we're going to take the bottom 2, fold them together, and we're going to go on the inside seam. If it starts moving on you, just take your stiletto. I've got all of my points in the seam line. So now I have to flip and I'm going to butt them up like this, so my seams are going the opposite way. And that is where I start from. You want to make sure that the pintail is in the seam, and once I sew that side seam, there's going to be my pintail. As I come to it, looks a little messy here. That's me, not the machine. I would normally use 90 needles at that point if I'm quilting. When I know ahead if I'm quilting, I'll have 90 needles because at some points I could be going through as many as 8 layers, which the sergers can handle. And here is my pinwheel. All I have to do now is do a little squaring off, and then I would put a border. I can make a book cover. This is a book cover. Look at the back. That's the bow tie quilt pattern done with the serger. Or I can make blocks, cut them off, use this as a whole block, press it and put a backing to it and do a hot plate trivet for your counter, depending on what kind of batting I use inside, or just a mug rat or whatever. So this is a very easy, quick design to do. Have fun with it on your serger. This is the Baby Lock Ovation. This happens to be a pre-loved, and give us a call at the store, 847-394-4590 if you want to find out more about this particular machine. Thanks, and we'll see you in the store soon.